Greetings all, and welcome to Spooky... I don't know what I was going for there. Or nah. In today's video, I'm going to Reddit. We're going to Reddit, actually. In a subreddit called True Scary Stories. Now, I don't know how true these stories are. We've done Reddit videos in the past. I can't remember how many, but we have done Reddit before, and as we all came to the conclusion, we weren't quite sure what was real, what wasn't real. I suppose we'll read these stories just assuming they're real, and then we'll talk about it in that sense. If they are, if they're not, I don't think we'll ever know, but they make for good reading anyway. If you're new to the channel, and you like ghosts, paranormal, mythical creatures, unexplained mysteries, stuff like that, stick around and hit that subscribe button, that little bell notification, because I think you'll really like the videos in this channel. I think the content's right up your alley. And for all of you new to the channel or not, make sure you head over to my Twitch, which will be in the description. The link will be there. Make sure you click on that. Go give me a follow, because I want to start streaming for all of you very, very soon. We might play some scary games, talk about some things. You can ask me some questions. I'll ask you some questions. We'll have fun. It'll be a great time. Okay, I have spoketh enough. Without further ado, let's get into it. I had a dream. It was so weird, but one thing I know that is all it takes to wake me up. There's this awful sound that I've heard, like a body falling from high and head smashing. That's a bit of a weird thing to say. Like a body falling from high and head smashing. Okay. I'm so scared, I can't shake the fact that it felt so real. Then after that, one statement that keeps ringing in my head, you couldn't force the abnormality in existing, right? As if it questions me. As if I know the answer, but I don't. Okay, that was a little painful to read, but I got the gist. Like, when you're in a dream and you fall and then you, like, wake up and it feels super real. Like, I've had those dreams where you're, like... I had a dream once where I was like Tarzan. I was swinging on vines and I missed a vine and I fell. And I remember waking up out of the dream and I just like shook and it felt like I was hitting my bed. It's just the weirdest feeling. So I imagine that that's probably what that is. So, you know, that sounds pretty realistic. I mean, that could happen. Then the statement, you couldn't force the abnormality in existing, right? That's interesting. That's a very existential question. I have no idea what it means. No, but really though, that's, I don't know what an explanation for that could be. I mean, it says one statement that keeps ringing in my head. So they could be talking to themselves, like saying that statement? Or is that supposed to be like a voice from the dream, or like a ghost or something, or like a voice in the head? I'm not quite sure, but... One day I was hunting alone in the woods. It was snowing as always. I was looking for elk or deer. I went to a snow build-up and buried myself in snow to cover my scent. A few hours pass and I see nothing, but I have a feeling I'm not alone. As I look around, I see something dart to a pine tree. Something big. Well, better look, I think to myself. I move my rifle scope to the tree and scan the area. I see something emerge and I adjust my aim. I see the fur and pull the trigger. Instead of seeing it drop, I hear a horrible scream that booms through the woods. I jump at the sound, and then, as if it was filled with rage, the thing standing on two legs run towards me on its two legs, and I start running towards my house. I run to the deck and aim at the cryptid thing, pulling the trigger once more. I manage to wound it enough to where it starts off into the woods. As I shoot another bullet into it, I see it look back at me. It has a pale face, white eyes, and almost dagger-like needles for teeth. To this day, I haven't returned to that spot, afraid it was waiting for me. This event happened on January 3rd, 2016, to the north of Fort Bennett, Alaska. The legends there referred to a Wendigo, a Native American legend. I will never return to that clearing again. Wow, there you go. So the first thing that I think about in these situations, because, like, you know, sightings of Bigfoot and Dogman and all these kinds of cryptid / mythical creatures, I think a lot of the time when you hear these stories and you hear the true accounts and stuff like that, you could almost say like it was quite possibly a bear. I mean, they do stand up on two legs. As for this one, I'm pretty sure the Wendigo has massive antlers, from memory, pretty big, pretty tall, and like a long snout. And I know it supposedly has canines, but it has big antlers because it's got like a deer head. So I probably wouldn't say it was a Wendigo, because the Wendigo is supposedly bipedal, but it doesn't actually say anywhere that it has antlers, because that would be something that I would sort of say if I saw something like a Wendigo. These ones are tricky. I think these stories are tricky. The description that this person is giving is very interesting. It's a pale face with wide eyes, almost dagger-like teeth, bipedal, has fur. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any animal in the wild that looks like that. So it's quite possible this person has, I suppose, misinterpreted what they've seen. Maybe their eyes were playing tricks on them, because obviously they would be panicking, because naturally their first probably instinct, obviously there's fight or flight. Obviously they flew, which is good, but when the adrenaline's pumping, when it's rushing through your veins, I mean, it could come down to, like, a description like this could come from a glimpse of something that looks like something else. Other than that, I don't know if there's really another explanation other than the fact that it actually was something, like was a cryptid or a mythical creature. So interesting. I love these stories, because it's like, could this have actually happened? Like, because they were the only person there. I mean, this could have very well happened, and we're all just like, nah, logical explanations, this and that. Like, this could have really happened. This could have actually been, some kind of, even like mutated deer or a creature or something like this. Maybe something we haven't discovered yet that could be bipedal. I mean, I don't know. It's just I'm just sort of, speaking off the cuff here, but I love it. It's super interesting. That was a really cool story. You just don't know. You just don't know. My first clear memory, I was 2.5 years old, and this memory has stuck with me through my entire life. I'm now 43, and I believe this to be an alien abduction, not a strange dream. Let me explain. When I was 2.5 years old, my mum sent me to my room for a nap. She laid me down in my bed, closed the door, and went into the living room to watch TV or clean. I can't remember, but the door was closed. I lay there for a few minutes and my surroundings start to change. If I looked forward straight ahead, I saw my bedroom, but out of my peripheral vision, I saw that I was going down a highway. Behind me, as I looked at a window that was not there, by the way, I saw cars driving down the four lanes behind me, or fourth lane behind me. I saw the road and the scenery changing as I went down the 4 lane. If I looked down at the sides of my bed, I could see the road going by fast, but still sitting on my bed. The only view that stayed the same was if I looked straight ahead, and the bed remained. I wasn't scared either. I was laughing and having a great time. Looking behind me, looking forward to the sides of the bed, watching my view change back and forth. Through the years, I've wondered what in the world was going on, until I saw the movie Tomorrowland. Remember the scene when she and George Clooney go to the future and getting the invisible vehicle and go down the 4 lane? That's exactly like my experience, no joke. Exactly. Any thoughts? Has anyone else experienced this before? Again, it's an interesting one, because although this person is 2.5 years old, we just don't know. I mean, that's a pretty cool story. It sounds like a dream. It does sound like something that, you know how you have those just weird, wacky dreams that don't make any sense. I've had dreams similar to this too, which I know are dreams. They feel really, really real. But as a 2.5-year-old, I feel like, we're developing, our imaginations are running wild, because obviously kids have extremely vivid imaginations. So something like this could potentially be a dream. Maybe this person didn't realize how fast they fell asleep, and immediately, they just fell into a slumber, and all of a sudden this extremely vivid dream started happening, and it felt really real, because, they felt like they were awake just a second ago. I've also had dreams like that, and then you wake up and you're like, wow, I thought I just went to sleep, and then you check the time and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and you went to sleep at like 11. So I can't even say I think this is a dream or I think this is something else, because I don't know what I think, because I can't really say that it's one thing or the other, because it very well could be some extraterrestrial intervention. I mean, I don't know. You know what, I'm going to say a dream. I'm going to put it down to a dream. I really want to say that I think that it is a dream. Maybe this person was a bit older, maybe in their maybe 10 or 11 or something like that. just at 2.5 years old, I don't think you've got a grasp of, you know, even reality is different for kids. I mean, everything, a lot of things in life are subjective, but when you're a child, I mean, I think your imagination is amplified. Everything is just so different. Something like this in developmental years, like you're 2.5, you're learning so much, you're taking so much information in. An extremely vivid dream like this, you know, is like the perfect memory for a long-lasting, the perfect recipe, sorry, for a long-lasting memory. But anyway, I'm not sure. These things are wicked to read. Like, I love these things, and I just don't. It's obviously in the subreddit True Scary Stories, but we don't actually know if they're scary, of course. But well, they're scary, but if they're true, rather. But pretty sick. I love it. Super sick. Shadow Lizard Man by the Daily A. I think we've had one from the Daily A. Wow, this person has had a lot of experiences. When I was 8 years old, I lived in a haunted house. I have a lot of stories to tell about that house. Oh, there you go. And many things that have happened to me before living there and after moving out. But I'll start with this one. I woke up one night, looked to the hallway where the bathroom light was on, and saw a shadow of a lizard man. At least that's what it looked like. As an 8-year-old kid, and this being 1985, my first thought was it was a demon. It was very tall with spikes coming out of its back. I freaked, pulled the cover over my face, and laid there eyes wide open. Next thing I remember, I was waking up the next morning. It was years later when I saw a program on Lizard Man and pics of him that I realized what I'd seen. Well, the shadow of one. It still freaks me out. Has anyone else seen anything like this? Okay. So, kind of the same as the last one. It could be a dream, because 8 years old, again, at 8, you know, you've learned a lot at this stage, and you're still well and truly developing. These are your developmental years. Yeah, it sounds like a dream to me, because they say they woke up one night. I mean, I've had dreams, you know, personally, where I'm asleep, but it feels like I'm awake. The dream's really real. It feels vivid, and you're sort of in your room, and everything looks like it is in your room, because your brain obviously knows what your room looks like. It's mapped it out thousands of times, no doubt. So you feel like you're awake, but you're not. And yeah, I've had dreams similar to something like this, where you wake up, or you feel like you're going to the bathroom, you feel like you're walking down the hallway in this dream, you know, whether it be to get a midnight snack or something like that, and you think you hear something or see something, but you're actually dreaming. And that's happened to me quite a lot. But I wake up and I'm in bed, and I know it was just a dream, but it still feels really real. As for knowing what the lizard man looks like, it's possible that this person has seen a lizard man before, a lizard person or a creature or whatever it is, and not known it, maybe in a book, on a TV show, on a program, an image or something like that. Their brains remembered it, and then in this dream, it's put it there in the hallway in this dream, and that does happen a lot. I mean, that's what dreams are. Our brains taking all of the things we see, faces, images, creatures, lizard people, all these things, and basically mashing it up into this massive dream experience that could be fulfilled with anything. They could be full of anything. You know, sometimes it could be you're flying on a pirate ship in space, like Treasure Planet, or, you know, next you're looking at a lizard man standing in the hallway. Interesting nonetheless, and I love reading these things. They're wicked. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I always love reading these things. They're a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy me reading them too. If you haven't already, check out my socials, the Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Make sure you jump over there, join the conversation, join the community, get amongst it, and have some fun with us. It's great. This is just fantastic. I'm at like 1,200 subs now, and it's just blowing my mind. Like I'm having so much fun doing this. I'm trying to make as many videos as I can, but my job is, you know, I'm really busy, and life's sort of getting in the way a bit recently, but I'm trying as hard as I can to make videos to get them out there for you guys, because I love doing this, and I can't wait until this is all I'm doing. It would just be sick. Anyway guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your day, your night, whatever you're doing. Just have fun. Life is short. Live, love, laugh. Okay, that's it. Until the next one. Keep it spooky.